All right, fellas. Painting is done, sandblasting is done on the frame and transmission. Everything's done. I'm gonna flip this around and show y'all. Right there's our trans, frame, front ends. Everything's done. And some other people over here looking at another vehicle, my brother. But yeah, I'm about to put the engine in. I just got through greasing up the throwout bearing and getting it put back in, and about to throw on the flywheel and pressure plate and clutch and all that and get the engine in. Well, I screwed up. Like I said in the last clip, that the frame's completely all done. Getting ready to put the motor in, and I ruined the flywheel. Yeah. Yep. I had actually drilled a hole into it, into the bolt, used an easy out, snapped the easy out off inside the bolt. And you can't drill through an easy out. I already tried, at least not with any of my bits. So, needless to say, this flywheel's done. I already ordered another one. It's coming in from Summit. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about it. Not at all. Eventually, I will have to get another pressure plate and clutch. This clutch isn't so bad. I mean, it's not horrible or nothing like that, but it's not gonna last forever. But for a few good pulls, it'll probably be all right. And this was a brand new clutch and pressure plate. Probably only got about 500 miles on them. So, I mean, the clutch is basically brand new. It's just got some rough spots in it, some gouges. Let me see. I don't know. See, it doesn't, it's got some fibers showing. I guess fibers is normal. There was something on here, I remember. Let me see. Thought I seen a chip or something somewhere here. Oops. Yeah, right there. If it would focus. Split on the hole where the crack is. Made it a little wider right there. Heck, actually this side doesn't look so bad. Flip it over. See, something got in here, embedded itself. A piece of the clutch got melted over into the hole. But this isn't like it's a great clutch or anything like that. This is just a cheapo, just your standard OEM clutch. Well, high torque OEM clutch, but for towing. And I use this truck for mud racing, so. Well, that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. Waiting on the flywheel to get here so I can get the engine in. Then I can push this sucker outside, bring in the Jag, start stripping it down. So I can get the body put on here and get all the trim stripped and everything stripped off of it. And what else? Let me think. Oh yeah, get everything stripped down so I can actually get it painted. Yeah, 750-pound engine hanging from the joist. But it's reinforced up there. I've mentioned that in my past videos. It's got 3 2x4s attached, or 2 2x4s attached to the main 2x6 up there. That's screwed in across all the rafters. So all the rafters get the same as supporting the one area. across the whole ceiling. So if it goes, it's taking the whole ceiling with it, which it shouldn't. It's pretty sturdy up in there. But I wanted to put those 8-foot 2x4s across the rafters anyways, to be safe. We're getting there. Alright, I'm gonna cut this one off for now. Alright, I got the Jag in the garage right now. I just temporarily bolted the engine in the Frankenstein. Sitting right there next to that little Dodge truck. So I could get this car in here. So I can get this engine pulled and the transmission pulled and drop the front ends and stuff. At least get the engine and tranny pulled for now, get it on a pallet, moved out of the way. Because Saturday and the flywheel, the new flywheel won't be in until Monday. So, waiting on that. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm just pulling this engine here. Hey y'all, all right, engine is out of the Jag. Still waiting on the flywheel for Frankenstein so I can have the motor permanently mounted in there. I just remounted it for now, back on those mounts and transmission until the motor mount or until the new flywheel gets here. In the meantime, I do have the engine out of this. And a lot of stuff to strip off. Oh, I ain't gonna be needing any of this stuff. And looks like the master cylinder reservoir was dry rot because I leaned on it and it cracked into a million pieces and it's empty. So I guess stuff like that's gonna happen. And there's another little mistake. I had my niece. It wasn't a mistake to have my niece, but it was a mistake figuring this thing had brakes and it didn't. And I ended up with that and that scratch. And the old ding there, which means that's going to be sanded down and out, bondoed over, smoothed off, primed before I paint. And the same thing is going to be going on with the front here. Right here, I don't know, that's not actually a ding, that's just scratched by the looks, paint peeling off. This is an actual ding, and it's pushed right up inside. It's insane how something like that could have happened. Something really pointy or narrow had to like jab it there. Crazy. But that'll have to be sanded out, primed, painted, bondoed. Yeah, that's the easiest way to do is just bondo it. But yeah, that whole subframe's got to be dropped. The entire rack and pinion there goes with it. The whole front end, all these little extra parts and stuff that I won't be using on Frankenstein, you know, are gonna go. So it's, well, we're getting it. Tomorrow, since it's not a mail day, it's Sunday tomorrow, I'll play around in here with the transmission, getting the transmission out, depending on how that goes. Yeah, you see all those transmission holes right there? There's like, I don't know, a dozen or more transmission bolts for this. It's insane. I have never seen so many transmission bolts in my life. And 6, 3 on each side, were bolts with nuts on the other side. I would never want to own one of these and actually have to work on it. It was a real pain. It took me all day to get the engine out of here, which should have only took an hour, took multiple hours. They really put stuff together, these German cars. At least I think Jack's German, I'm pretty sure. But yep, that's one step closer. And got a little bit of good news for myself in here. Didn't realize it at the time, so I wasn't paying attention. This is a floor shifter, which is going to make it really easy to convert into my manual 5-speed. All I got to do is pop off this little piece of plastic here and get a rod that'll attach to this, to the one on the transmission, or make a weld it or make a mount for it, drill and bolt underneath, and no one will even see it. And then I'll have a nice little shifter for manual shifting already all set up in here. Don't have to do a whole lot of anything. This car is pretty nice on the inside. It has its little issues it's got to get figured out, but oh, like right here, can you see that? Yeah, right here, this needs to go up and be glued. It's falling down, and what's happening, wow, it's really close up, some materials coming out. It needs to be tucked back in, glued, and pushed up. Oop, there goes my finger pulling it out, making it a little dirty. But anyways, yeah. And I was told that the moonroof does work. It just needs to be greased and oiled, because it like opens slowly and you gotta like play with it a little bit. And it is super dirty in here. Look at that windshield, oh my goodness. Looking through the camera at this thing, you can barely see through it. All the windows are really dirty. The whole car is really dirty, needs to be washed. But it's pretty neat. I really like the way the car is set up, and I want to get it so I can actually start it with the key, which would be nice. I just got to find out where the starter relay is on this and run a wire from it to the solenoid, and I'll be able to start it from in here. Yeah, I mean, I doubt I'm going to be able to use all these gauges. That's weird. It's got to be like oil temperature or something, this one. I don't know if you can even see it. And that's the volt. And there's the fuel. And what do we have down there? Water temperature. That's got to be oil pressure, not oil temperature, because it goes 0 to 90. And I'll be running right under that 80. Maybe even more, who knows? Now that everything in the engine's brand new. And I got a tack in here. I got to see how I can hook all these up. I know it's usually just one wire for a tack straight to the negative on the coil, and your tack is good to go. But I don't know how they have any of this set up. I got to find out where the leads are for all these, try and hook them up. And because I would love for this stuff to actually work in here. The only thing I'm not going to have is that speedometer for sure. But that's where GPS comes in, which I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to mount it. I mean, it's got this nice little surface right here. Could set a GPS right there. Not too sure. But anyways, things seem to be going pretty well. It's coming along, just slowly, of course, but it's coming. And so I guess I'll at least leave it off at that for now. Oh yeah, the same thing is happening back here. The whole piece is coming down. So it's all going to be tucked up and redone. But I mean, other than that, it's not real bad. I mean, it looks pretty decent in there. Those are all parts to the outside. I don't know if you can see any of that, but yeah. Anyways, parts that go onto the car that are part of it. And, whew, tell you, I am sore. My back is killing me. My hips killing me. It's been a heck of a day. I did way too much today, and I'm gonna pay for it. But anyways, y'all, thanks for watching, and hit a like and subscribe. Share it around. Thanks. Alright, I have to show you guys this. It's really weird. Another thing that I've never seen. But then again, I'm not used to working on foreign cars either, so here we go. I just took the tire off of this. Right there it is. Notice something missing? No rotors, no hubs, no brake pads of any kind. I was wondering, well, how the hell does this car even have back brakes? Well, it's on the rear end. I don't even know if you can see that or not, but right up there is a caliper and a rotor, and it's all the way attached up to the rear end, to the rear pumpkin. That is so crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Looks like that rotor's trashed too. There's a crack in it, and just underneath the caliper there's a crack in the rotor, and there's really deep grooves to the whole thing. Oh well. I wanted to show you guys that. Never seen nothing like that before. Hey, well, I got the rear end out. And I think I'm going to use that rear end in my drag car as I'm building it. It's a posi track. Solid little rear end from what I can see. They put it in the Jaguar, so German built. It's got to be pretty rough, I would hope. Guess we'll find out. It depends on the amount of power that I throw at it inside the little car that it's going to be in, because it's going to be in a light car. Lucky if the whole car weighs 1,500 pounds. Maybe not. All right, y'all, I'm gonna let you go for now. Howdy, y'all. A little update here. Flip this camera. Got my new flywheel in, getting ready to put the clutch and pressure plate on, and I got the body stripped down and sitting out on the trailer. And so as soon as I finish putting the engine back together, then I will go ahead and get the body put on Frankenstein, and I'll film more as we go along. Pressure plate, clutch, flywheel all on. Flywheel torqued to 80 foot-pounds. The clutch torqued to 35 foot-pounds. And we're going to get this lowered down on a pallet and get it out of here so I can push the bring the body back in. And after we get the body back in, I can raise it up into the air, then push the frame up underneath of it and slowly lower it down until I get it to where I want it, and go from there. Start cutting my bars, and big mess I gotta clean up my steel bars and get things welded up. All right, y'all, I'm gonna call it a night. I'll flip this around and show you where I'm at. Whew. This is no joke. Takes a ladder to get up into it for now, until I get to pull out side steps that fold down. But the steering is at too much of a bind, so I need to get my die grinder and do a little bit of grinding on the corner edges so it can turn right correctly. The joint is too much of an angle right there for the steering column. I got it connected and on, but it keeps binding up, so you can only turn it so far and then it stops, gets caught. But yeah, it is definitely, well, this is a 10-foot ceiling, and it looks like it's about 3 foot from the ceiling, so it's about 7 foot tall. And let's see, let me flip it around. The bottom of the vehicle comes up to about 2 or 3 inches above my elbows, and I'm 5'10". So bottom of the vehicle's over 4 foot for sure. Pretty crazy. It's going to be high. Hopefully it's not tippy or anything. I still got the rear shocks to mount on, and I still got a few other things to do, a lot more supports. Right now I've only got 4 supports on it. 1 on each side there, and then 1 on each side up front. And I got a lot more to put on it to keep it safe and secure. I'd hate to be driving down a trail or a mud hole and the body fall off. That'd be pretty embarrassing. So I got to make sure I get enough bars on there. It's going to cost me a couple $100 of steel, and go from there. All right, y'all, have a good one.